Whew.
My God.
Look at that belt.
It is summertime.
It's a little warm here.
It is warm. We don't have any pterodactyls just yet coming around.
Thankfully.
But thank goodness we're on episode...
The latest episode here
Yes.
of Top Row Talk. Quiet Corner TV on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, yada, yada, Facebook.
We're doing our thing.
He's Mike Moran. I'm Matt Dumont. And we are the...
Number one
wrestling
podcast in all of northeastern Connecticut.
Puerto Rico and Costa Rica.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. What do you got there? So we're going to address...
The elephant in the... Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. We appreciate Real American Beer. We have been waiting.
Day one supporters.
You
guys support us. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. But
we just need your beer in our state.
just need the beer. I do have the near beer. I didn't bring any because, we want to actually enjoy
having a sip or
a nice alcoholic beverage, which, we've been promoting our second favorite,
El Segundo.
But also, we still have our 1A.
Yes.
And our 1A is Ray Trailer, Bubba's, Secret Stills, Pancakes, and Bacon.
It's marvelous.
It is marvelous. It's delicious.
I'm normally not a flavored whiskey guy, but this one doesn't.
No, it hits the spot.
It's breakfast and a little shot.
Pancakes, bacon, whiskey.
Tastes a little salt from the bacon, a little of the maple syrup on the pancakes.
And smooth when it goes down.
It's delightful.
It is delightful.
Here's to them.
Cheers to it. Mm.
Woo! Delicious. So, episode...
Stop. Nope.
That's why I did it.
67.
There it is.
Hey, episode 67.
67.
Nope. 67.
67. Correct.
Worked a couple doubles at the prison. I went to the fucking gym. I hulked up. I've had a lot of water. I've had a lot of rehydrate. Now I'm having a couple beverages.
How many NFL guys going to be doing this in the end zone this year?
Oh, Oba? Oba's
the strut. Score a touchdown.
Oba's bringing it. One of the best things he's done is basically just been himself. And my buddy, my Albanian jacked up buddy, Kosachi Alex.
I've seen photos. I never met the
So
guy,
I don't know if I ever screenshot it. He was actually in Oba's NXT class. He got cut.
No shit.
So there's a picture he sent me with Oba back in 2020. Rad. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So when he was talking about Oba, he's like, Oba is an athlete.
Dude, he was like a
shot putter.
SEC champ.
Yeah, so he's
not national, but I think he won the SEC at Bama.
He's an athlete, so we love Oba.
He's shot putting dudes. He threw Dom Monday night about 7 feet across the ring.
My God.
I mean, granted, Dom's not the biggest guy in the room, but you're throwing a 180, 190 pound guy.
The best heel in the business right now.
Oh, that's without question.
Still.
Although Oba cut a burner promo on him. We know Ray is your father. Next Monday, I'll introduce you to your daddy. And I love the accent.
Yes.
Because, he's working at it.
To your daddy.
To your daddy.
To your daddy. I know.
And then the whole crowd. Oh. I just love it. He's the man.
We got to.
And then all Dom's got, he's walking up the aisle. He's not my dad. Again, the greatest heel in the business.
Exactly. He ain't my dad. He ain't my dad. So, Matt and I always want to bring consistent, good content and things that we talk about. Okay. Even when we shoot our reels, that we put up on YouTube, TikTok, and we, Matt and I share them on Facebook, everything like that.
Instagram.
So, as old school to new school wrestling fans, I said, what about this week's top five overall favorite wrestling designs?
The belts.
So with belts, wrestling belts.
Yeah.
Now, we're saying all the way back to WWF, AWA, WCW, NWA, WCCW, WCCW. We got everything.
World class.
So I think it's a great subject. Obviously, we see the amount of old school belts.
We got a few here.
I got in the collection. I got, I bring some here and there. This belt design is in my top 5 because there's a couple belts that are this list, WWF and NWA wise. This is in my top, obviously. But I think it's a unique way of a different top 5 because we love our wrestling belts because I'm a collector. Obviously, I think everybody knows that. And the older school, the better. I have 3 WWE belts. The rest are either WWF or NWA.
Way back when.
Way back when. So where when belts were designed by Reggie Parks, Dave Milliken, Jamar, they had
Look at you name dropping. Damn.
they had soul. We
They-
want belts
they
that had
definitely do.
design.
They have a look.
We had, a couple of weeks ago, I brought in the
The ones don't look as cool.
no,
Like,
I mean
for the most part.
it's very commercial now. And once we see a different belt, like, oh my God, even though it could be it could be just something just different where like, oh my God, look at that belt. WWE, when they had the Cruiserweight Classic, you had the Cruiserweight title on a purple strap. Very cool.
That looked cool.
It looked
That
cool.
was-
And I have that. That's one of my WWE belts. So
That
it's
was
one
a
of
cool
those
one.
things. And I have the UK belt. I love the fact that they was
That
still.
was a cool looking belt too. Good
United
call.
Kingdom
I didn't
belt,
think of
yeah.
that one too. Just said.
So there's a couple of newer ones that I liked, but majority, I'm not going to speak for the Monster, and I like it's the old school 80s into early 90s belts.
Mhm.
So I'm going to give you my number 5,
Please do.
and it's again what I just held up. So my number 5
Right
is
there.
it's a version. So we have the Hogan 85, the big silver. No, not a big silver, but this belt was also the national heavyweight title in NWA.
Yep. Same design.
The television, literally,
Same
this
plate.
belt had 3 different designs. So you had the silver and black. The year before, Hogan had it was all silver with the red lettering.
Mhm.
And then you had the NWA World Television and you had the NWA National title. So you literally had 4 belts with the same font. All different, it was different backgrounds. But this belt works because it's a classic belt.
Plate. Yeah.
The plates work.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those things
It's on my
where
list. It's a little higher.
it's a little, and then, this is
But
before
different version.
they went to the gold belts, because world champion, you want to be gold. Listen, TV champion, silver, national champion, silver, cool. But I mean,
World champ.
world champ, you got to gold, So that's my
Gotta
number.
floss out a little bit.
You got to floss out. Yeah. My number 5 is it's that belt design of the WWF the silver, white, silver and red, silver and black, NWA TV, and then the national title. That's
Dig it.
my number 5.
It's on my list.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
What's
It's on
your-
my list.
what's your
It's
number
a little
5?
higher. My
Okay.
number 5 is the IC title when Warrior had it with the white leather. The white leather just made a belt look.
It popped.
Yeah.
I
It made it stand out. It made it seem more fucking important.
We were talking a couple weeks ago about you were having the biggest. What was the real you talked about when it became between Luger and Nikita?
Bum ass motherfuckers that shouldn't have
But
gotten
a lot
pushed
of
they
people.
did.
But you think in a lot of those comments they were talking about the Warrior. The difference
Another wow.
is the difference. But that was
The argument was Warrior put asses in seats.
yes. So Warrior,
Lex Luger wasn't putting people
no,
every 18 inches.
he wasn't.
Cutting his promos,
Mm-mm.
pointing his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikita was the guy from Minnesota pretending to be Russian, so they didn't let him cut promos too
Right.
often.
Right.
And then by the time they did, the gimmick was...
It was done.
Yeah, the gig was over.
So if you look at the Warrior and Hogan, we talked about this. How many documentaries we talked about? He had the look. He was the kids. We loved him as kids. I was a Hogan fan,
Bah.
but I also knew the Warrior.
Bah,
Was,
bah, bah, bah. Love that music.
We loved
hit.
it. We loved
and then
it.
this dude sprinting to
And
the
the
ring
sprint-
and
because
like a fucking maniac.
you
It
have
was awesome.
you have a Hogan
We're kids. Of course
that
we love
was
shit.
all puffed up, but then you have this jacked up. And Hogan said the same thing. You have this guy that is obviously watching what he eats. He's ripped. He's 280 pounds of pure muscle. He is chiseled. And you had this
He
guy.
was a comic book character.
He was he 100, yeah, and you had the IC title as on a yellow strap, a purple strap, a white strap. He changed it. He made his basically the title belts with the straps that matched his whatever uniform outfit it was. So,
which was awesome.
The
That was cool.
The IC title is almost a nicer version of this title, which I was just talking about. Is that my number 5? It's classic. That's the biggest thing. Intercontinental heavyweight wrestling champion. And back in the day, we didn't even know what an Intercontinental champion was. What is that?
We just knew you were the assistant manager.
Yes.
As wrestling fans, we knew you were second team.
I was going to say, and I'm glad that we have some of the belts here. My number 4,
also in front of us,
is right in front of us, and I'm going to get up because the original.
2 of your 5 are sitting on our side.
I have 2. Yeah, I mean
that one's also
the rest are not, but the original NWA United States title. And the thing is what was nice about the 80s is you have NWA United States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. So as I'm looking around, even on our wall, we have a lot of world tag team champions. We have Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Because here's the thing: the United States title, what made this belt so great in the NWA is you had Luger held this belt great. Luger was a great mid-card champion. Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA. The NWA US title was that stepping stone title, just like the Intercontinental in the WWF. Just like that.
He won that. The next thing was supposed, like when Magnum won it, like everyone
He was supposed to.
like, oh, he's the next guy.
He's the next guy. But,
And
in
then-
a damn car accident, But, with that being said,
Wait, was that car or motorcycle?
motorcycle.
Okay.
The
I was gonna say
belt,
Magnum's a bike.
the thing is like the United States title, you think about it between WW and WWF was the Intercontinental, NWA or WCW had the US title. I've always, if I was going to go between
Old
two,
NWA also had the National. Which
the National, which I didn't
You had the
understand.
U.S. and the National, which was really fucking confusing.
Yes.
Because what nation then? If,
So the craziest,
if they're not in the U.S., what
if
the
you-
fuck
if
are we
you-
talking about?
we were talking about, I was at work the other night, we were talking about AEW. Okay. And I got a couple, I have one on my top 5. That's from AEW.
One of theirs?
One of theirs.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to have a newer school belt.
I like it.
But with NWA,
Actually, one of
which
mine's
which I
sort of-
appreciated.
Wow.
Like you have an NWA Missouri State title. NWA was so big. You had Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which was NWA. You had a lot of great wrestling belts.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Yep.
But the NWA United States was by Barry Windham holding this belt. It was a U.S. title, had a lot of gold, red, white, and blue in it, but it was a classic title. That's my number 4.
And it's a good look.
And it's a good look. It really is. That's my number 4. I'm going to put it back up top.
My number 4,
What do you got?
mid-'80s WWF tag team belts.
Yes.
The look, like
Well,
when the Bulldogs,
yes.
the Hart Foundation.
What I appreciate with those belts is that they went from the Bulldog tags, they had the silver, basically a silver, but then they had the dual-plated gold and then all gold.
Yeah.
One thing with those belts is that you could run the colors different.
And it was a clean look. Like it was a
Clean.
clean looking belt.
World
it wasn't
Tag team.
too
wrestling
thin.
champion.
It wasn't
Yeah, that's one belt.
ginormous.
I'm missing that belt in my collection. I am
It's a really
missing that
cool
belt.
one. I love that one. Like, I mean, like I've said on this show 100 times, like I loved the Bulldogs when I was a kid. So like when they had the belts, I was just like fast. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, I want Matilda. I want to be a tag team champion.
Yeah,
I don't even want to be a
That's
solo
what-
guy.
that's
Like
what
I want to
I'm
be a
saying,
tag team champ.
Yeah.
I need a buddy. Like who the
Yeah,
fuck's
that's what
wrestling
I'm
with
saying.
me?
That's one of the big. It's a classic because if you had a comparison, the world stuck out so big.
Well, that was it too. Like, not to cut you off. The other thing, the guys that wore that belt, the time it
Yes.
was the belt, it fit them well.
Yes.
So it just looked.
Demolition,
Right.
Demolition,
Even those like,
Strike Force.
and like Demolition was like the big end of the spec. Like
yeah,
they weren't like Davey and
they were
Dynamite
thick.
jacked
They
up.
were jacked up.
Even Brett and Anvil, like yeah, Anvil wasn't like a body guy, but
He was the bulk,
He
and
just-
Brett was a worker. He was the bulk.
he was thick, but he wasn't like. But then you get no disrespect, but Demolition, like you take the paint and the mask and the S&M fucking outfits off,
Kind of like
they could bartend at a VFW.
right, 100%.
Like
and I think
they
loved it.
weren't body guys,
No.
but the belt still looked
Those
cool on them.
And if you think about it, that World Tag Team title lasted from '85
Right.
to the late '90s. Attitude. They just all you had to do was
When they
switch.
switched it, yeah.
They had to switch the WWF, WWE, but then they went and they split the Raw and SmackDown.
And
That title belt lasted longer than the Wing
the tag
Deagle.
belts used to be awesome.
Yes.
I think of the ones now, and I'm just like,
Yeah, but no. Here's what I'm gonna say. I love having this debate about belts because I'm a huge fan and collector. I
well,
like the belts actually right now,
the newer ones.
not the penny
what-
tags. The penny
Thank
tags
you.
got killed.
The
That was-
fucking Trojan helmet, penny copper.
That was literally just lazy.
was
To me, that
ass.
was just lazy. It was lazy.
That was such a stupid looking belt.
The penny, the copper, and then I'm gonna go.
And you had like some
red
of your
strap.
best champions
Yes.
in history wearing that dumb
right.
thing.
Then
Like,
you had the red strap and the blue
the
strap. It was
Usos
stupid.
had it a couple times.
That was lazy.
New Day, like
New Day. It was
really good fucking
but it
teams,
was
and you give them
lazy.
this dumbass looking fucking title.
To me, that
belt.
was lazy WWE. You
1000%.
you kept the spinner title around
and we can't
way
even
too
blame
long.
TKO because that
No.
was all VKM.
Because I haven't bought the newer belts, but I love the SmackDown version because that's to me that reminds me of the old World Tag Team titles.
Mm.
The title that the Raw ones remind me of the 02 Raw titles, which I liked.
okay.
So when they did the SmackDown and Raw in the World Heavyweight, World Tag Team, and the WWE, I liked that title design. However, when they went away and this like they had the unified and they go those penny tags, the penny tags for like those 10 years sucked. It literally told me we had great tag team wrestlers, but they were so lazy that we're going to put a red strap and a blue strap. As soon as they turned to a silver, because the craziest thing, and it's not even on my list, the IWGP World Tag Team, whether the junior or the tag team, they're penny looking, but they have a design on them.
Yeah.
So they're very. WWE knew, and I think a lot of things with the replicas is like the easier the design, the more money they're going to make on replicas. That's what they look at. Why'd you keep the WWE spinner belt? Easier to reproduce, right? Yeah.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Cha-ching, cha-ching,
Cha-ching.
Understood.
My number 3, which you're going to be kind of probably surprised with, is, which I was very excited, and I have it at home, which I should bring it, AEW World Title version 1. I know they only did switch a couple things for their version 2, but that title when it came out, the original V1, which I have at home, re-leathered, I have it with Sikorsky crystals blinged out. That belt to me, it gave AEW, like, even though AEW's there, that title is a world championship title.
Instant credibility.
I
get it. 100%.
We could go on to independent title belts, everything like that, but that AEW title, to me, my number 3, it brought back World Heavyweight title, NWA. It brought in the old school North American World Heavyweight title. North American, which was basically the United States title, which was a belt that I need to get on my list. So that AEW title, when it first came out, Bret Hart brings it out, AEW. Chris Jericho is the first champion. It's a big belt. It's a heavy belt. It's 5-plater, and the design on it is old school.
Yeah,
it reminds me of the big gold, newer school with all the diamonds on it. But to me, the AEW is my number 3. AEW has a string of great belts, from women to the men.
That's fair too.
They have a lot of AEW belts right now. They're very confusing on what the meaning are. Right? We're just talking about, like, what's the the national heavyweight title in the United? It's the same, but there was
NWA had both at once,
right? And it was just kind of crazy. Like, you have a continental, you have an international, then you have a unified. Now the unified's gone. I wanted to buy the replica belt. I'm going to wait. Western States. It's just very confusing. So it's the catch-22. Like, you have a big federation.
You had a U.S. heavyweight title. Right. You had the national. And you had the fucking Western States.
Yeah, then I have
Western States. Wait, so what? They aren't covered in these two.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up, and then I have another NWA title. I'm going to bring
Continental.
But no, wait. Oh. Just wait. I'm going to bring it up right now, and you're going to say, "What belt is that?" It's an NWA belt. Hold on.
Okay.
I love the design.
Okay.
Come on, Service.
It's all right.
It's the Southern States heavyweight title, but the design is fucking great.
Western States, Southern States.
Yeah, NWA had so many. Come on. Hold on. It's going to come up. Here it is. I'm sorry. Mid-Atlantic. Look at that belt. Look how beautiful that belt is. So you have an NWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Wrestling Champions. That's what I'm saying. See that design?
That's clean. That's
simple and clean.
Belt, yeah.
But, that one, simple.
Yeah, that's another good one.
The NXT. But
the OG one.
See what I'm saying? Where we're going back and forth? So my number 3 is the AEW World Heavyweight title.
I'm going to steal one from yours, but one specific version. That belt right there.
Okay.
My number 3 is the mostly WCW television championship belt.
Okay.
The red leather. When Arn had it, and Muda wore
because it popped.
The colors definitely got me because everything was always black. Black leather.
Black strap.
Yeah. I mean, other than this thing, but that's from like the 60s.
So right. And it had some inside mesh, you know what I mean?
But just almost every belt we saw growing up, black leather
strap,
back.
Black strap. So anytime it made it pop, the craziest.
Like the Warrior one earlier, like I said, like the TV one. Like now, the red and blue. It's the same.
It's tough.
Wash, rinse, repeat, because now it's the same belt in 2 different colors.
I appreciate being a belt collector is like listening to which was my number 1. I can't go that far just yet because my number 1 is, it'll be pretty simple. And my 2 and 1 are pretty
cut and dry.
Cut and dry.
Yeah.
But they're different versions of them. That's why I like my 2 and 1. But straps were different colors, but they changed when wrestlers sweat on them, they dumped beer on them, and they didn't take care of them. So the leather was actually beautiful, but then they fucked with them. That
Yeah.
makes sense. You
No,
know?
that's fair.
So with the painting of the NWA with the red title, it made it pop so much. And in the NWA, that's why the men or grown adults or grown teenagers love the titles over there, because that TV title, I'm going to tell you to this day, I don't know what a world television champion is or what they represented. He was supposed to wrestle every television taping. 10-minute time limit, right? Arn
Usually
Anderson.
how it worked.
We think of Arn Anderson. My thing is Arn Anderson, a little bit of Dusty as the NWA, but the belt was phenomenal. Simple, that red made it pop.
And like you said, like it was supposed to be defended. It was like the workers' title.
Yes.
Like you had to be good. Like you had to be a guy that was
And
going to go out.
Arn Anderson was that guy. I always cement that belt with Arn Anderson.
Muda.
Yeah, Muda
like,
was it.
the dude-
Sting in the beginning. Sting was a
Sting was the TV title holder. I mean, even if you want to go different belt, ECW, Heyman put the TV title on Van Dam for fucking 2 years.
2 years because he was a worker. Yeah, it's the
He's gonna
truth.
show up every week. He was gonna have a good match.
Yeah.
Crowd involvement, like everything you want in a guy.
It's one thing, like I get WWE had the Intercontinental title for the worker. You had a Cruiserweight title. You had this, that. They never had WWE, never had the TV title, which was always NWA and WCW. And they should have, because that was really the workers title.
Mm-hmm.
The US title and NWA and WCW was a one step up from the
It was
world.
the precursor. Like, if
Precursor.
you won that
It was
one,
gonna
you were
happen.
going to get a world title
It's
shot soon and
happening,
probably
right.
winning.
Right.
Depending on who you were.
Listen,
The TV title, you're never going to get up there.
no.
But you're going to, well, other than Sting.
It's happened. Sting, I mean, DDP got it.
RVD.
Dusty,
RVD ended up winning a world
Yeah.
title. But
I look at
yeah, he won in WWE.
my 2 and 1 could be interchangeable, but my number one, I'm going to go my number
1,
2.
2.
My
Yeah.
2-1.
Okay.
My 2.
All right, yeah, if they're interchangeable. I'm
My
sorry.
2 is because I have my number 2 at home, and it's the original dual-plated WWF Winged Eagle, where they had 10 years of that title, different versions.
Hulk held it the
Hulk
majority
held
of the
it to
time.
get it. Hulk held it. You had Bret Hart. You had Macho Man. You had
There were
Stone
other-
Cold.
yeah.
Stone Cold retired it. Hulk Hogan was the first one to use it.
That's right.
That belt, besides the craziest thing is, besides the World Tag Team titles and the spinner belt, that was the longest tenured belt in the WWF. And that was you wanted to be the world heavyweight wrestling champion. And the Winged Eagle, to me,
That
at
one
number
too.
2, and I know you know what my number 1 is, but the versions, what I love is that you can adapt the versions. The Winged Eagle stayed around, so you made the Big Eagle, which was really quick, great big belt, but the Big Eagle wanted to compete with my number 1.
I got you.
That makes sense.
100%. That's actually my honorable mention.
Okay.
My number 2, you had mentioned this company earlier, the IWGP heavyweight belt. The big.
I'm gonna tell you,
it's
and,
just-
and I'm gonna bring it, and you're gonna be floored by how much it weighs.
I don't doubt it.
That's my honorable.
It is gigantic.
It is my honorable mention, and it could have been number 1 because
It's
the
badass.
IWGP.
You look like the fucking champ. Like
You're
the baddest dude going.
You are,
like,
and I'm going to say this: the IWGP version 4, which is what Okada, AJ Styles, these guys
Nakamura.
These guys put the belt on. They're the fucking champ.
Mhm.
The version 3, which I will eventually get, but what I've already got quoted prices for $3,000. I'll buy it secondhand for hopefully $1,500. But the version 3, which Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar held, was just as nice. It had a shorter term.
And there was a natural progression with
IWGP.
IWGP belts. You were the junior.
You
It's
had
a nice belt.
Nice belt.
Smaller.
Yes.
Then like the open weight. Like,
Yeah, you have a bunch of great belts in IWGP.
but then if you're the fucking guy, it's
Oh,
like, oh shit.
they know you're
the fucking guy.
You're the fucking guy. I'm a
Like,
little
I always dug that because that makes sense to me. Like that's congruent.
the
with
monster.
the stories.
The monster and I are always going to be fans of real wrestling. We love professional wrestling, but IWGP strong style. These Japanese wrestlers and what's his name?
And the guy jeans that go over there.
These dudes,
They
the
go.
no sells, the hits they take. Wow.
Like the dudes from the US that succeeded over there were good because they could get the shit beat out of them
And they
keep
can
going.
go. Right. Even Hogan as the first IWGP heavyweight champion. And they don't recognize him as the first, but he was.
Vader. Stan fucking Hansen.
Stan Hansen. Inoki.
Brody. Like
Inoki.
guys that went over there, like,
Yeah, a white
and then the guys that are there. I mean, even now, Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull.
literally,
That guy just
that guy can.
he
Take
is
a-
the king of no sell, and there's no way the shit he takes doesn't fucking
Right.
hurt. Like
it is crazy. So IWGP, and I'm not even just saying their world title. I agree with Matt is number 2. Their old Intercontinental title,
The belts,
the
yeah,
global,
they
their
just-
belts are fucking.
And like I said, they upgrade
Yes,
every
they do.
belt
Every
you
time you
get.
go,
You
yeah.
move up the ladder, your belt gets cooler.
It's my.
You're the guy. You
It-
got the coolest belt in the
it-
fucking building.
It is my honorable mention. It should have been. It could have been my number 1.
I think we have the same number 1, and I think it's most recognizable with the guy sitting over my fucking shoulder. Woo! Woo! Yeah.
The world,
BGB,
Heavyweight.
big gold,
gold.
belt.
and honestly, why? Because it stood the test of time. When WWE bought WCW, the only thing they did is they put that little WWE that's all they did, but it still looked fucking good.
If you weren't looking hard enough, you didn't notice.
And
it's-
another honorable mention, because it's a timeless belt, is the belt before the big gold. The other
Gold.
10 pounds of gold, the NWA World's Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. It was a smaller belt, but it fit Ric
Also
Flair,
one he
Harley
wore a
Race.
few times.
Yeah. So NWA, to me, had, besides IWGP, NWA had the best belts in the 80s, which it did move into the 90s and everything like that.
absolutely.
But NWA, WCW had the best belts, design-wise. Right now, as a company, IWGP still has it. Even though I'm not a big fan of that version 5 world title.
The newest one's
the wing one.
Yeah, what's his name?
I like the version 4.
The Irish kid that's got it right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But IWGP and NWA had the best belts.
I'm with you there.
So the big gold is number 1.
100%. Always. Like,
Come on.
I mean, I've talked about the show 1,000 times. Bunkhouse Stampede, Nassau Coliseum in Long Island,
My God.
co-main event versus Road Warrior Hawk for
Yep.
the belt. And I mean, just the camera angle, and this
Yeah.
dude comes down the aisle, and you just wow.
Just bam. Yeah.
And at the time, Hogan's the champ on the other channel, and I'm looking, and I'm like,
Well, this is the real champ.
his belt's a lot nicer than Hulk.
That's the one thing is I will say, but that's true though. Like
know what
when he
And
showed
he
up,
had the eagle at that point.
when he showed up in '91 with the
With
NWA,
the
world,
belt.
it almost was like, oh man, this belt is better and bigger.
And then the one our
Than the
guys
winged
got
eagle,
right
yeah.
now, like, where the
Yeah,
fuck
and
did this come?
I remember him even saying, he goes, "Look at my belt and look at yours." I'm like, he's got a fucking point.
He wasn't wrong.
No,
He
even
wasn't fucking
when he
wrong.
took the belt, WCW made a decent looking WCW World Heavyweight title, which is I have so many honorable mentions because that short term where it was the WCW World Heavyweight title from 92 to 94 when Ron Simmons won it, everything like that, was a decent belt.
That was nice too.
Great belt. But when the big gold was
Damn!
yeah,
Sorry, shout out Ron Simmons.
that's it, Ron Simmons beating Vader. 92. I love belts.
Same.
This one could be a 2-hour conversation. We're not going to let it go 2 hours because we want to hit our top 5. Our number 1 is the big gold.
100%.
Whatever version you want to talk about it, but the big gold can be a world title on any promotion because it doesn't have any.
You mentioned that one earlier. The
That's
UK
it,
belt.
UK
that one's
belt right
rad as
there.
hell too.
It's fucking great. I'll bring some more belts. Don't worry. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of episodes. I can bring more belts. Don't worry about
Ain't
it.
going anywhere.
My God. So episode 67
67
is in the books
in the books.
because we're wrestling fans. We're talking about belts.
Talking about belts. We're still a couple weeks away from Night of Champions.
Yep. And TNA Slammiversary.
We are live and in living color for that one, sir.
Oh, the system might be taking us down, but
Believe in the system.
oh my God.
I'm with him.
I'm with him too.
I back him up.
I'm backing him up.
Bear's
too.
my guy.
That's it. I got fucking Eddie Edwards.
I saw Bear last year at Cage of Survival GCW show. His first ever death match.
Matt,
One of the damnedest things I've ever watched in my
Monster was
fucking
showing-
life.
The Monster was showing me some highlights of this past weekend.
Shout out again.
Holy
GCW.
shit.
I didn't get to go this year.
I cringed.
Definitely going next year.
I cringed. I'm like, holy
That's like
shit.
your guys' WrestleMania every year, and it just seems to keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched,
It's
8.5 hours.
It's nuts.
I don't know how many times I said, holy shit, at my fucking television. Like,
It's nuts.
hey, man, like, glad everyone's safe. Everyone's still alive. No one actually died. They
Yeah.
call it death
Thank
match.
God.
It's a reason.
There it is.
It's nuts,
It is
but it
crazy.
is a spectacle.
Yeah, it is. But listen, we'll be back next week with another top 5 because we're going to have some big things going on towards the end of the month. We're going to be up in Boston for TNA Slammiversary. It could be a live show. It could be a tape show. We'll see what happens, but
We're going to be there.
we're going to be there, and it's going to be fun.
Believe in the system.
Believe in the system. Listen, until next time,
He's Mike Moran.
That's the monster, Matt Dumont.
Thank you.
Remember,
Stay too
sweet. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube.
Quiet Corner TV.
Quiet Corner TV.
On YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. Like, subscribe, comment, show ideas. You know what? We've been referring to a couple of our, before we end this, we've been referring to a couple of our friends with the wrong acronyms.
What do you got?
They are Bodacious Brad and Bombastic Bart. They're the new Midnight Express because they suck because they haven't gotten on our fucking show yet.
You know the funny thing is you call him Bombastic Bart instead of Bombastic Brian. I fucking love that. Bodacious Brad.
I'm not even using your name anymore, damn it. Get on the show.
Bombastic Bart. You know who you are. Right now you're on vacation. And
Gosh.
and
Oh gosh, I really want to have some beers with you guys.
Come down to the show.
My Dodge Ram might break down if I drive up again, just like when I was trying to go to WrestleMania last year. It broke. But it's fixed now.
I'll go to Treehouse and get you fancy IPAs.
Yeah, so we can
just
fall
fucking
asleep.
show up.
Yeah, just show up.
And Bodacious Brad.
Yeah, come
you
on.
live around the fucking.
You're literally like
I can throw my empty beer can.
2,000 feet from our. Come on.
Literally. Please come on.
Stop being too cool. Come on.
Anyone else? Fans.
Yep.
Shoot us a message. You want in?
DC Rosie's next.
We definitely need to get
DC
him on. I like
Rosie's
this
next.
guy
He's
now. He's one of my
very
new social friends.
DC Rosie's good.
He's very
He knows
good.
his stuff.
All right. Till next time.
See you next week. Sweet.